like, some of our audience will have never been to a classical music work before.
Right.
Some of them right now might be thinking, do I really want to go and see a work about JS Bach?
Yeah.
I wonder, you know, if you could give a sense of like what Bach means to you personally, and like also I guess that like I'm starting to learn that I can on one hand really respect and love the rigor, the mathematical structure, but then on the other hand, I can just sit back and listen and enjoy and find something that's, I don't know, innately human. But I wonder what it is for you.
I would agree with all of those points. I find Bach to be deeply intellectual, deeply logical on the one hand, but extremely touching on the other hand. You have these two extremes. And I don't think there are many people out there who've never heard of Bach. I think what's really nice is, in some ways, as far as classical music culture goes, Bach is kind of the pop icon for us. I mean, he's been there since the beginning, and even music that you hear today, movie soundtracks and so on, this kind of music that perhaps you could say is grounded in the classical tradition wouldn't come about without Bach. So it's the idea that Bach is sort of tonality as we know it, he sort of codified that in some ways. What Bach means to me when I listen to it is a different question. I think one thing I will say about Bach as a composer is that in some ways his composition, it covers the entire gamut of the human experience. Like you have very deeply touching moments, very sad and incredibly tragic, and then you have the most pure, transcendental, spiritual music, which is obviously inspired by his belief in God at the time. So you have this life and death type sort of message always in the music, and very applicable to everyone, I think.